How quickly one's life can change. 1 second, you're big man on campus. The next, you're in a hospital bed, hooked up to more machines than you can count.
The lifelong question of why do bad things happen to good people? And there's no simple answer.
A soccer star at Edison High and a dirt biking fanatic, Nicky Macchiavello was the kid everyone wanted to be. Until January 10th, 2015, when Nicky and his friends went to a motocross track in Riverside.
One of my brother's friends told me, "You want to go get some water?" I was like, "No, one more lap."
Nicky never finished that lap. He crashed and found himself here at Arrowhead Regional Medical Center.
We didn't know how to react, what to do. 1 minute you see Nick playing on the field, the second you see him, in a recovery room.
Diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury, Nicky was put in a medically-induced coma to stop the swelling. It's where he stayed for 2.5 months.
When I woke up, my mom would have different signs with me. She's like, "If this bothers you, squeeze my hand." And I would do that.
But out of darkness, a community shined bright.
People who don't understand, they come to a town and you're like, oh, it's Huntington Beach and whatever, and you're part of LA and it just feels like you're in this big city. But when you live in South Huntington Beach, it has that small town feel where people rally.
We did car washes, we did, t-shirts, bracelets, whatever we could to help out the family. It showed, how much people care for Nick and how tight this community is.
It was not long before Nicky was back at school and back on the soccer team, just in a new role.
He was a captain. His senior year, he was basically a captain. He had a captain band, and Nicky would come up to the games, and he would be cheering us on. And every time we'll go into the field, he'll do the Charger cheer.
No one will dispute Nicky is a different person than he was before the accident. And yet, in a weird way, he is exactly the same.
It's the mystery of Nicky, and you don't know. And we've seen a variety of people who go through situations. It's almost as he came out of this accident emotionally unscathed.
I've talked to numerous counselors, and they always tell me that kids that have those kind of traumatic accidents tend to plateau, and I don't see that. I see him a drive that is indescribable. I see him just striving for best.
Which might explain why Nicky is so quick to shrug off the question of how he never allowed himself to get down.
Why would I be? Being that way is just negative, not in a position of getting better. I could have been much worse.
I could have been much worse. This from a young man who is still learning to walk again.
Go, Nick.
Who is still seeking normalcy. But then again, that is the beauty of Nicky Macchiavello.
It brings me joy to know that people can have something bad happen, something that was unplanned, and they can proceed, they can move forward in their life in a way that just has so much dignity and commands respect. So he gives me hope